Before it was called the Mini Plus, we had the Winnebago Ultralite 27 BHSS here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. 6,420 pounds or something like that. Half-ton towable, bunkhouse with excellent travel access, outside kitchen, and a huge storage compartment. And really, all they did was take the exterior color package and interior decor schemes from the Mini series and apply them to the Ultralite, add a 3/4 nose cap, and voila, you have a Mini Plus. That's really kind of all the more complicated it was. Very popular layout, excellent windows. You've got our U-dinette here with a free-floating elliptical base table so you can float that thing around. Power outlets on both sides of the slide end walls, so if you want to plug in some phone chargers or something, you've got a great little spot to do it. Slide side windows open for airflow. A very material premium trailer with an all-aluminum skeleton. Things like hardwood, slide fascia, hardwood cabinet door framing, pocket screwed cabinetry, stainless sinks, things that were designed to be sharp, rugged, long-lasting. Now you might notice how the TV is kind of sticking out from that entertainment center a little bit. That's because this does have a dual articulating swing arm, swing out pivot mount HD TV. This thing also has just a shocking amount of cabinet storage space here through the kitchen and what I like to refer to as the pantrytainment center. Now you can see you've got plentiful drawer space here right in the primary kitchen area. And if you take note, you can access all of the kitchen storage here with the slide closed. That's one of the cool things about this. You will need to open the slide out to access the bedroom, but other than that, you can get to the kitchen, the bathroom, the bunks, the seating, the fridge, the entertainment, pretty much everything else without ever touching the slide out. So it's very friendly for getting packed up and making quick travel stops. Now, before I forget, behind the entertainment center up here, kind of behind the control panel, there's an extra little, well, not little, but big storage pocket, handy for like extra, like maybe some beach towels by the door, depending on where you camp. I could see that being a thing. Entertainment, again, the TV does swing out for easy viewing. And right now, I am sitting on the sofa. And you've got a direct viewing entertainment center. And you can see to the right of that Bluetooth DVD player, we have a shelf for entertainment expansion. And then down here is where that pantrytainment setup comes in that I mentioned earlier, where you can see you've got, as deep as that entertainment center is, that's how big and deep that pantry is. Nice, big, large, wide compartment, so if you want to put heavy, big stuff in there, you can. And if I get down a little bit lower, look up on the right-hand side, you can see a clothes hanging rack. If you want to remove the shelf on the right side, you notice how it's thinner than the one on the left. It's removable. You can do that, and you can convert that into like a little closet right by the entry door. You see how it's got cabinet ducted heating? That means that we do not have floor ducted heating vents. So this is something that is very easy to keep clean by comparison to some campers. That being said, floor heat ducts, I don't think they're really the big scary thing that a lot of people want to believe that they are. I do also appreciate that they give us an open feeling vaulted ceiling here. It really makes this RV look and feel bigger. And that kitchen skylight lets in a lot of extra natural ambient light as well. And then you notice they threw shelves in those overhead cabinets to really maximize the storage capacity that we have there. You can see an easy reach power outlet in that rear corner. Perfect for, coffee makers and whatnot. Stainless sink with a high-rise sprayer faucet. Stove cover with great counter space beside it. And there's even more cabinet space right under the sink that we haven't seen yet. Until now, that is. There you have it. And once again, still accessible in transit because the cabinet doors are on this side of the countertop as compared to the left side. If they were over here and the slide was closed, it'd be a little trickier to get to. Now, you do have an extra wide sliding privacy door, and Winnebago is very good about fully framing out all those doors. That's not just there for, that trim isn't there just for show. It's actually helping keep the door square so that it opens and closes the way you want it to. 60 by 80 true queen, which is something that at the time this was built, a lot of ultralights still had the shorter camp queens. More and more have gone to a true residential queen, thankfully. Now you can see you've got your bedside stands with your household outlet, so if you want to plug in a little mattress heater, you've got a perfect spot to do that. We are not about hiding anything from anybody here at Haylett RV. It's not very obviously discernible, And that's one of those things where, like I said, we are very fair and straightforward with folks. There has been a leak in the nose of this RV. We have repaired it. There might be some really minor signatures thereof. And where it took place is where the front fiberglass sweep meets the roof line. It's called a termination strip. There was a little water penetration there. Owner brought it in. We took care of it. You know, it's happened. It's not really affecting the use of the RV. There's not really any obvious significant signature thereof. But again, we don't hide things from people. That would have been a very easy thing for us to hide because you can't really see it, but that's not the type of place we are. So you can buy with confidence from Haylett RV. Now, before you take it home, we'll pull it up to the building. We'll plug it in, hook up some propane. We'll let you see it in good working order before you take it home so that you can feel confident in this purchase. If you have any other questions or concerns about anything I've just shared, please call us, guys. I wouldn't go out of my way to tell you about it if we weren't willing to dive into it at your comfort level, okay? Previous owner added a TV here into the bedroom. They kept their own TV they added aftermarket, but they were kind enough to leave behind some very nice bedroom TV hardware. And there you can see that green strip of tape. That's holding on a Ziploc bag with all the, like, screws and hardware for that screen. And that is a good sign of a decent person that owned this RV. Because I don't know if you've ever tried to figure out what kind of screws you need for a TV when there are none there already. But it is tricky. You go to Home Depot and you tell a guy I'm trying to mount a TV to a mount to a flat screen, and he looks at you like, oh boy. So remember that TV can pivot out. It's directly facing the sofa currently, but it can turn to face the kitchen, the dinette. Not exactly the bunks, but pretty darn close. The kids might be able to get a little bit of a view back there. What's also nice here is when this hide-a-bed sleeper sofa is open, it does not cut off the camper, which is just a great feature. So you can, if someone is sleeping there, you can still navigate the RV. Speaking of hide-a-bed, I don't think that thing was ever really used. So this is an easy 4 to 6 sleeper using just the master bed and the bunks. You can sleep 2 adults if you need to on a hide-a-bed. My wife and I have spent a weekend on one with Mr. Haylett and his Montana fifth wheel. Just fine. Pretty comfy, actually. I was surprised. We were both very surprised. And there's a little pocket under the, I don't know, I guess you'd call it the headboard of the hide-a-bed, where you can keep some extra bedding and stuff at night. Now, if you need to, this U-dinette can fold down into an additional sleeping space as well. Over here, our primary sleeper, though, are these corner double bunks. And they've done something that the Keystone Passport series that we carry here at Haylett RV really kind of put on the map. And that's what I like to call an open-air ladder wall, where the ladder is the support, in part, for the top bunk, which does have a 250-pound weight rating, by the way, so a couple kids are going to be just fine. But you've also got a handy little cargo bunk arrangement on the bottom here. And whether it's extra chairs, lots of bags, dog kennels, you could even back a bicycle into it or something like that and leave the handlebars hanging out. There's 100 different ways you can use this. Something I always kind of thought about, on a rainy day, when you're all trapped inside the camper, you need every ounce of space you can get on that floor. And if I was a little, still, I'm kind of still a little at heart. I'm a Toys R Us kid, even though they're out of business now, sadly. I could sit back there playing with Legos or something all day, and be really happy for it. So there's 100 different little things you could do with that space. Now, over here in the bathroom area, this is an excellent bathroom. Again, no vents in the floor or anything like that. Porcelain foot flush stool and just a fantastic linen cabinet. Also handy for, you know, personal items, toiletries, etc. right here in the bathroom itself, so you don't have to go traipsing through the whole camper. The skylight is really intelligently positioned, where in conjunction with the vaulted ceiling makes that radius easy entry shower, you know, a lot more big person friendly. If you're tall, if you're wider like I am, you're going to be just fine. Good counter space in here too, and a stainless sink once again, and that is adult sized, not just a little kid dinette, with an angle mounted mirror so you don't have to have your backside hanging in the hallway just to shave your face. Now this is still the same grade of fiberglass, a T60 gel coat that they use in Winnebago towable RVs today. It's just a different color that they no longer use at Winnebago. They adopted the color packages from the Micro Mini and Mini series when they created the Mini Plus. Basically anything towable by Winnebago has the word Mini in it now. This was the first generation. Originally the Ultralite that we're looking at did not have a fifth wheel style drop frame storage. And this is, again, what kind of laid the groundwork for today's Mini Plus that has this mega storage compartment. Now you can see the previous owners, looks like leveling jack system and blocks and chocks and everything are still in there, which is pretty handy. This does have 4 corner power stabilizer jacks, all with their own individual switches, which is uncommon. Most of the time, power stabilizer jacks have a shared front switch and then a shared rear switch. Not that the one's any better than the other, I just like the individual feeling of control on these. Long power awning on this thing too, and a power tongue jack. Everything on this is just push button, simple, easy operation. Again, all aluminum skeleton, laminated walls and floor to help keep the weight in check. This does have magnet holdbacks on the baggage doors, which this was the first generation that was a thing. We also have yet another very fifth wheel-ish feature, and that is a privatized docking center down here that you still see on the Mini Plus series today. I like that it's got a separate cable satellite hookup, water hookup with that little feed hose down through, as well as a battery disconnect switch. The, what was I going to say? I just totally blanked for a minute. Oh, underbelly. It is heated and enclosed, and there's a perfect look at that virtual mirror-like finish on that fiberglass. And you can see none of the decals are peeled, faded, flaky, anything of that nature. You know, one of the big questions is going to be, if this RV is so nice, you know, why is it here? And basically, it just doesn't appear they were really using it as they expected. So they brought it to us and asked us to consign the RV. Now, don't let that really mess your head up. It doesn't matter if we're selling it, like if it's an RV that we own, or if we're selling it on consignment. We can still do hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between. Absolutely nothing changes in that regard. Now, the awning is actually an easy tilt as well. So if that thing is open, you can simply take 2 fingers to kind of crank it right up or down. Over here, this has, and this is what's kind of cool about this one. Before this floor plan, you kind of had to choose either you get a bathroom entry door or you get an outside kitchen. Now, this doesn't have a direct bathroom entry door, but the door goes straight to the bathroom, so it's pretty much good enough. It gets the job done well enough, I suppose. And since this was made, there are other floor plans like the 26 RBS Winnebago or you know, similar, or pardon me, 26 RBS Cougar here at Haylett RV that will give you bath entry doors and I'm sorry, 29 BHS Cougar. Doesn't matter. We're talking about this Winnebago. I go on tangents sometimes. Pardon me, guys. On the left, we have a cold water sprayer port. In the middle, a slide open cooktop, Dad's medicine cabinet on the right. And I like this nice open pocket right here with that power outlet. And you can see the light for evening use, so you can actually see what you're doing in there if you are plugging something in. There was like a 1-year period where instead of steel steps, you started getting these nicer aluminum plank steps here, and they're awesome. They're great. They're not slippery when wet, which is a problem steel steps can have. They're stronger. They're easier to see at night. Also, they're just lighter weight. They're easier to operate. They're not going to corrode. But they were out for like 1 year, and then those MoreRide steps came out and really stole their thunder. But those things are an awesome, awesome feature that never really got the credit they deserved. So there you have it, guys. Like I said, we do just about everything here. If you have other questions, if you have any concerns, we've tried to be fair, open, honest, you know, with you. We try to be as transparent and reasonable and decent as possible, so that you can buy with confidence from us. This is a fine RV. This is a very fine RV. If you've had your eye on a new Winnebago and just the brand new RV price tag is just too much for you, guys, don't wait. This thing ain't gonna last that long. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.